I'm Rick Conyers with Wyoming Machinery. Welcome to our video on schematics. When I'm looking for a schematic, I'll put in a full serial number to get the most accurate information. In this case, we're using a D11T serial number. You'll click on Service and then go down and find Schematics. Then I'm looking for the interactive schematic, electrical system interactive schematic. Click on that and click on the D11 below track type tractor. And if you're doing something really quick, this isn't a bad place to view the schematic, but it's kind of hard to operate out of SIS 2.0. So what I like to do is come over and hit the Save button and save it to my desktop as a PDF. So in this case, I'm going to rename this D11T. And click on your desktop and save. Now it's going to pop up over here, but don't open it from here. Go ahead and minimize SIS 2.0, and here it is on my desktop, the icon. Open it from there. Now your icon should look like this. It's being read as a PDF. If not, you'll right click on it, hit Properties, and you can go in here and hit Change. And if it's being read in Microsoft Edge or Firefox or Google Chrome, something else, go ahead and change it to Adobe Acrobat. And that way it'll be easier to navigate. Now when you first open it, your schematic should look like this. And I like using the thumbnails over here. Sometimes it'll open up to bookmarks and it'll look like this. To get it back to thumbnails, all you got to do is click these two pages here. And the thumbnails are nice because I can come over here and just click on something and I can go from page to page. Like here's the legend. This is the component location. And I can just thumb through here. Connector locations. This is the first page schematic, second page schematic. Here's my engine component locations. That's the other side. This is my left-hand fender. Here's my machine locations. The pilot manifold. And the radiator wiring. Here's the right-hand fender wiring, the transmission, and the headliner wiring. And we're going to go in here and we're going to try to find an atmospheric pressure sensor. I'm going to blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it. Watch as I blow it up. Watch this thumbnail over here. Notice how the square gets smaller and smaller. And I'm going to blow it up to about 200%. Then I can just move this thumbnail around to navigate. And that makes it easy to go look around anything I want to look at in the schematic. And some things are inside the schematic, like this is a chart here that has the part number for the wiring harness. I can just come down here and say I've got the A harness. You can see right here it would be a 296-7520, and that is in location K3, and it is the basic engine harness. Now if I want to find something in this schematic, like I wanted to find the atmospheric pressure sensor, I could hold the control button down and hit F. And then all I got to do is, the abbreviation CAT uses for for atmospheric pressure sensor is ATM. So I'm just going to put in ATM. And there it took me right to it. So right here's my atmospheric pressure sensor. Now this is an active link. If I click on this, it's location 36. It'll take me to the engine location. And I can also, if I want to look at something else from there, I can click on view all callouts. But I want to go right back to the atmospheric pressure sensor. So I'm going to click back on 36. That's kind of hard for you guys to see, so I'm going to blow this up to 600. Notice how it got off centered. All I got to do is do my search again, and it centers it right up. So now that we're centered, it's off a little bit where you guys can't see these numbers, so I need to correct that. So I click here, and then click on the hand, and I can move it over a little bit. So we've got an A, B, and a C wire. Our A wire is our 5-volt supply, our B wire is our ground wire, and our C wire is our signal wire. Let's say we're troubleshooting this sensor, and we've checked the supply wire and the ground wire, and they're good. We had 5-volt supply there. So we suspect that we might have a bad signal wire. We go ahead and we check the sensor, and the sensor's good. So now we're looking at the signal wire, and we've checked it here. We've crossed it, the B and C wire, and it didn't change to a -4 FMI. So we suspect we might have an open in this signal wire. So we need to know what these numbers are. This R747 is the number right on the wire, and that is also the circuit number. This A, that's the wiring harness. Notice in the chart, A was the engine wiring harness, and that's the 14th wire in the engine wiring harness. It's gray, and it's 18 gauge. So if I want to search this circuit, I could type this R747 up here in my search box. Now remember, you hold down the control button and hit F to get that search box to come out. So I'm going to do R747, and I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to take me through it, and it's going to randomly search that circuit throughout the schematic. So know that it's not in any certain type of order, but it will show you everywhere that wire goes in the schematic. So if I have another plug that I need to check, I can check that. Or if I need to go clear to the ECM and check that, I can check which pin it is on the ECM. So here it took me to the ECM. It's pin number 57 on the ECM, so I can unplug that and check that pin on the ECM. Now notice that the ECM is pink. Different ECMs will be different colors in your schematic. And what they do is they'll make the ECM pink, and then all of the inputs and outputs that go to the ECM, the wires coming in and out of those will be pink. This R747 isn't actually a pink wire, it's a gray wire, but just shows it on the schematic, so you know it's an input to that ECM. One of the other things I can do is I can type my ATM in here, hit enter, and next, and next, and it'll take me to the chart. One of the other ways to zoom in and out is to hold your control button down and roll your mouse if you have a mouse. Notice we've got a couple of active links here in the component location chart. I can click here to go to the schematic. Or I can click here to go to the component location. And that's basic navigation in a schematic. I hope this helps you in the field. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next video.